So if you remember from a couple weeks ago, Preston Blair actually meets with Trader President Davis, talks about peace terms, and Davis's idea for peace in his head is that the war stops, we invade Mexico, give Mexico to the Confederacy, and then what is currently the Confederacy goes back into the Union. Sure, Davis. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I am Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is my very best friend, Prospector Johnny. And Johnny,
favorite intro.
This week is going to open up on the 13th with the second attack on Fort Fisher. Remember last week we landed the troops, or we're going to land the troops? Well, we're landing the troops. So it starts off, first off, I got to preface this. This is the greatest firepower ever assembled by a U.S. fleet up to this point. There are 600.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
The size of the fleet, the number of cannons.
Like for the
number of boats,
for the water,
the number of cannons,
the ships.
Yes, all of that.
Right, but for ships, not all ship stuff.
This might be greatest assembled.
Like Gettysburg.
No, this is better than Gettysburg. This is bigger than Gettysburg, Johnny. This is bigger than Gettysburg. Gettysburg, the Confederates had 200 cannons. This is 627 cannons over 59 vessels. They're going to open up on the earthenwork Fort Fisher. We learned our lesson from last time. Blowing up a boat didn't work. We're going to give them 627 fucking cannons firing at them. That is the largest assembled artillery, land or sea, up to this point in U.S. history. Most guns.
Jesus.
In U.S. history.
Did it work?
Spoiler, it does. But we'll get there. Oh. It does, but we'll get there. Spoiler, it does. Okay. We'll get there. Patient. The 8,000 infantry, they're going to begin their shore landings unopposed on a narrow peninsula just north of Fort Fisher. Part of these troops are going to actually go to attack Fort Fisher.
This is after the 600 cannons, then they start fucking... then they go...
No, well, as that's going on, we're landing our troops. So the bombardment's actually going to go over...
Oh, so they're going over...
Yeah, this bombardment is going to last 3 days before we actually attack.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, that, all right. And then we get there, land.
Yep. Meanwhile, out west, Hood is going to resign as commander of the Army of Tennessee. That shouldn't surprise anybody. There really isn't an Army of Tennessee anymore, so, okay. The 14th, Johnny.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to retire as the general manager of Blockbuster.
Yeah, okay, great. The 14th, on the 14th, the bombardment of Fort Fisher. It's ongoing with federal infantry securing their defensive positions just north of Fort Fisher itself. So, there are Confederate troops in Fort Fisher. There's Confederate troops north of Fort Fisher. So part of the Union troops are going to go attack Fort Fisher. The other part are going to make sure that the troops north don't come and fuck things up, I guess. Meanwhile, Sherman moves a portion of his army into Pocataliga. He moves them into South Carolina. Different part of South Carolina.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the hell the name of the city is.
No, it doesn't matter because it's somebody else's language and everybody knows if you remember from
Johnny, damn it.
Who are the people? The English speakers. Those are the people. Nobody else.
This is going to be a march of vengeance against the state that started this all.
Oh.
On the 15th, after 20,000 rounds are expended at the fort, the Union forces begin their infantry assault. The infantry is going to attack the north, while the Marine detachment of about 2,000 troops is going to move in from the west. The Marine detachment gets obliterated.
Oh no!
They actually.
What do you mean?
They were
the ones that should have been surprise attacking them from the rear, right?
So
essentially, they were coming from the side that was not being attacked from the sea.
So
am I wrong about what I'm picturing?
So of the 20,000 rounds that we fired, our Our bombardment was largely effective. We knocked out almost all the guns except for 6 mobile artillery positions.
Oh.
And we did significant
Which were
damage to the fort.
further, like, were they further inland? What was going on?
No, they're mobile. They're not like fixed in this position. They're like
sure, but
guns
we
that can
just
be moved.
we didn't get them. They took them away.
We didn't get them.
They ran them around. Like this isn't Battleship. Like what do you mean? Like it's not.
We didn't get those 6 guns, Johnny. There's 6 guns that are mobile that we didn't get. Okay, so there's a battery of Confederate guns that didn't get knocked out. The rest of them
a lot of rounds to not get 6 guns.
Well, the rest of them did get knocked out. Did cause significant damage to the fort. We kept up the bombardment in a way that the Confederates couldn't actually repair anything. So we did our job. If you remember from way back when in the very first battle, the Battle of Bull Run, the Marines didn't do a great job there either. So
I think to it.
You did.
Yeah.
I think part of this might just be that the Marines aren't used to fighting on land. We'll go with that. So they tried it, and then they actually hit the majority of the defenses of Fort Fisher, including those 6 cannons, and they get scattered in the winds pretty quick. The good news is they distracted the shit out of the Confederates because our guys coming from the north took the fort over by the evening, including capturing 1,900 rebel prisoners that were still in the fort. The Confederates are going to lose 500 other killed and wounded throughout the battle. Union is going to lose 266 killed, 1,018 wounded, and 57 missing. So it's not, casualties. It's fine.
I lost you for about 30 seconds. I'm going to be honest, but it sounds like not great or great.
No, we did great. It's fine, Johnny. We did
great.
We took 1,900 prisoners and another 500 killed and wounded. We lost 1,400. So we lost less than we got. It's fine. And we took the fort.
Good. It's a net positive.
It's a net positive. The Navy only loses 1 vessel through this entire engagement. That we were largely unscathed. That 1 vessel was a torpedo sweeping boat, and it found a torpedo.
Oh. And then
it found that torpedo. It found it real good.
A job well done.
It in fact found it real good. Johnny, Preston Blair, he's going to return with a letter for Lincoln from Traitor President Davis that requests peace in exchange for them to join together to take over Mexico.
Preston Blair, he's this charlatan bullshitter who does not have any authority, has not been given any permission, has not been sent on assignment, just went down to the South saying, hey, I'm a big wig and I don't know, I've got a mental illness and lots of money, so come listen to me. And now he is negotiating the future of the country.
Yeah. And
so
the letter he brings is from Traitor President Davis. It says, hey, I agree with peace if we stop the war, join together, invade Mexico, take over Mexico, give Mexico to the Confederacy, then the Union, the North, could have what was the Confederacy. So they get all of what used to be the United States, but then in exchange, the Confederacy gets Mexico to set up 2 different
I have questions.
Countries. Yeah.
Can I ask questions? Do I?
Yeah, sure. Ask them
May
away.
I?
Yeah.
First of all, obviously that's insane. Forget the whole war thing and everything else. Does he expect, suppose we say okay. Suppose we invade Mexico and I'm guessing eliminate literally everybody that currently lives there? Genocide is genocide. Right?
Keep in mind, Mexico is at war with France, so technically speaking, if we invade Mexico, that might put us in war with France, because France is also trying to take over Mexico. They've in fact put a puppet king in place.
Or all of Mexico can become like New Orleans.
I think that's got the going for it.
Like big old New Orleans. But all right, but no, he wants us. Does he expect people to be like, all right, you know what? Yeah, we lost.
We've been fighting for 4 years. That's fine. But
sure, I get it. But we lost.
Mexicans.
I'm now going to go move to my new home in Mexico because I am part of the Confederacy still, right?
Yeah.
Want to keep that. I love the Confederacy.
Keeping that.
Been here 4 years. Been great.
Keeping that, moving it to Mexico.
Well.
Yeah.
Now I have to move to Mexico. Who's paying for that? Where am I moving into? Why is the climate so much different? Much hotter.
Much hotter.
Here.
Yeah.
Who are all these people? Who are all these people here? Can I give them blankets? Like, what do you do? How would that even be
Johnny,
feasible?
they are not white, so maybe their ideas make them slaves? I don't fucking know. This is not... Spoiler.
They think they'll just move down there and be like, hello, yes, love this land. It's fantastic. This house is great. I'm going to build you a smaller one back there. Keep working the land. You're doing great. I'm going to live here. Take all your money. You don't get any of it.
No.
It's fine because we lost a war up there and they sent us down here.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what...
No, it's totally good. The people we've been fighting for the past 4 years, they said, yeah, you know what? We've killed most of you. Did the thing. Now what we're going to do is kill a bunch of other people and then allow you to take over their areas.
Yeah.
So that we can have a bunch of swamp land and fucking humid-ass goddamn states that produce what? 2 crops?
Cotton and tobacco.
Good work, everybody. I'll get my cotton from Egypt.
Lincoln rejects that. First off, Lincoln goes, "Who the fuck are you, Preston?"
Oh, does he?
Second off,
does he reject it?
And he rejects
how did it get to him?
But he because Preston took it to
that's the it shouldn't have ever gotten to him.
I got you. But Lincoln rejects it.
Can I extend a proposal to Lincoln?
Maybe Lincoln doesn't reject it because he rejects it because it's not one country. He goes, the only peace solution is one country. So I don't even think he's necessarily against invading Mexico. It's like it's got to be one country. So if we take over Mexico,
he's like, hey, we want Mexico too.
I'm not saying he's saying that.
He definitely saying that because this is
he might be
fucking this. He is a. I'm sorry, I might die. I'm sorry, everybody. I loved you. It's been great. He is a Alexander the Great wannabe.
Maybe, yeah.
He just wants land. He's land hungry. He just wants to take over as much as he can.
It might.
He'd take Mexico. He'd take Canada. He'd take it all.
Take it all. Johnny,
the United States of all of North America. All of North America. It would be.
So, moving on from that, I've got some more shenanigans that you're also going to go on. You're going to go on another tangent. So I got to get. This is never going to end. Some soldiers get a little drunk at Fort Fishers.
Oh God!
Some Marines and soldiers are drunk.
At where?
Fort Fishers. Well, we just took over Fort Fisher.
Okay.
They're a little drunk.
Yeah.
They
took it over and then got drunk.
They're celebratory, popping off rounds. They're also trying to loot the fort for anything valuable. One of those guns goes off a bit too close to the powder keg, the whatever you call the armory, like the fort's magazine, and that magazine it goes up, killing 25 and wounding another 66.
Hey, you know who wasn't behind this?
Us, because we're right here.
Butler.
He wasn't behind this one. It's not Butler's fault.
This is the most effective explosion of gunpowder that the North has had for a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, except it kills all of our people. So,
no, that's fine. A problem.
Don't worry about that.
At this point, what do you expect?
It did its job.
Just sheer incompetence.
Johnny, Traitor President Davis and Traitor Congress is going to put Robert E. Lee in command of what remains of all Confederate forces.
Oh,
which
all right, cool.
He reluctantly accepts, going, I am stuck in Petersburg, so I don't know what you want me to do. Can't get out of here. We're surrounded, so...
And they're like, hey, it's all right. It's basically just you anyway.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much that.
There's not much else. Not many decisions to make here, Robert.
On the 17th, On the 17th, Sherman's forces are about to move out. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, the South Carolina governor is going to request aid from. He goes, "Look, we got this under hand, but the governor of Georgia, can you send anybody up to help us?" And then Georgia goes, "Did you not see what Sherman just did? Did you not get those? We got fucked. We have nothing to give you."
Pick up a paper, pal. Everybody's writing about it.
The problem is the Confederate papers are like, Sherman's starving and his army's out of ammunition. Oh wait, fuck! They just burned our office.
They have to be out of ammunition because of how many people they shot in our city.
Yeah.
Because of all the executions, there's no way they still have ammo.
Johnny, on the 18th, Sherman is going to transfer command of the Savannah area to Major General Foster to take a chunk of his army, leave it in Savannah for obvious defensive regions. The rest of the army on their way north to South Carolina to. If you thought the march to the sea was bad, wait till you see what Sherman's going to do to South Carolina. Meanwhile,
threat, Lieutenant.
Lincoln is going to go ahead and send Preston Blair back down to Davis with a letter saying that, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to invade Mexico. I will accept. Oh. Lincoln basically says this. He goes, "Listen, I will accept any envoy.
Surrender?
I will accept any envoy, any delegate that you send to me with serious negotiations of peace and with the authority to negotiate peace. The terms are, we are one nation. Fuck off." Basically the terms are, you're going to surrender, you're going to come back to the United States, we're going to be in the United States, deal with it.
Hey, Lieutenant Tommy, I think it's weird that you keep saying he says that we're going to be one nation, but you don't mention under God. When was that introduced?
Break the fourth wall, 1950. With the Red Scare!
That's weird.
Oh, the Red Scare, yeah.
That's so weird. We're just one nation, completely unrelated to God in any way, shape, or form.
Johnny,
completely separate.
This week is going to end on the 19th with Sherman ordering his men to move out. And oh boy, are they actually excited for vengeance. They're not, we're not holding back, bitches. And Lincoln... Johnny, Lincoln is going to, note I got, Lincoln is going to ask Grant, hey, my son really wants to play soldier. Are you cool with him being
Lincoln's son?
Yeah, Lincoln's son wants, his oldest son, the one that he has left that hasn't fucking died from horrendous, tragic circumstances.
All right. Hey, let's get some more sympathy for Lincoln. He doesn't have enough.
Anyways, that son wants to play soldier. Lincoln asks Grant, hey, can he play soldier? Grant goes, sure, I'll make him a captain. He'll be in my staff. Don't worry, he's not going anywhere near shooty bang bangs. He'll be fine.
I mean, nobody should be anymore. This war should be over.
It should be done.
Finish it up. Wrap it up, boys. I've had enough of this crap.
That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We do all kinds of fun things. We've got shorts. We've got long formats. I talk about pew-pews. Me and Johnny get drunk. We rant about things. We've got lives that we do occasionally where we take people's questions in and we answer said questions by campfires.
Coming up in March.
There'll be another one in March. Yeah, that's the thing, because we're gonna go to a hockey game, and before we go to a hockey game, inevitably... I'm gonna go down and visit Johnny, and we're gonna get drunk and talk by a fire. So if you enjoy, we'll do a thing. If you enjoy that, listen to us ramble. We've been recording now for an hour and a half, and I'm drunk.
If you super enjoy that, we have a Patreon. Have you mentioned the Patreon? We got a Patreon. Patreon.com/Historic Hindsight. I don't know if that's how you.
It's Patreon.com/C/Historic Hindsight.
Okay, yeah, just check us out. You can
$1
we're Historic Hindsight. We're everywhere.
Yeah, $1 gets you access to the chat room, and
you get to chat with us. You can ask Tommy questions.
Any question.
It's cool.
You want? What's my favorite hot dog?
It's basically your very own Reddit AMA.